Now, coming to the aspect which you just shared right now, as to the union of two beings, whether it is in an intimate relationship or, in the form of yoga or namaskaram, which we are doing. So nowadays, of course, I don't know previously, but nowadays, if there are like certain it's like people get married, get divorced, of course, because of various issues and the things. Two people can't stay together. There are so many things happening. And because you have also seen the Western world and the Eastern world, of course, cultural influences and a lot of things are there. But when you mentioned about that, when the death happens, it comes at the end. But is there a particular thing that people don't know what marriage was really about in those days? And there was a particular ritual that used to do where you tie up two nadis actually of the two people invisibly, and that was a real essence and not the commercial aspect of what people think about wedding and marriage are. So can you shed some light on that, please?
Exactly. See, we are at least in the Hindu marriages that we do, हम सप्तपदी, which means सात फेरे लेते हैं, और अग्नि को साक्षी मान के we are taking the steps together. And you know what? We are giving the woman a stone as well to stand upon, because the woman is also said during the सात फेरे, now you have to be this man's solid support. पत्थर की तरह तुम इसके साथ ही रहोगे, and you will be his support function. To the husband has to say, from here onwards, I will treat my wife like a friend. I will not make any distinguishment within my family members and her family. She will also admit, saying that from here on, your parents, your sister, your brother are like my sister, my brother, your father is like my father, your mother is like my mother. ये सारा कुछ वो लेते हैं संस्कृत rituals में, but then we do not follow that, because we have, what is the biggest problem today is we feel we are educated, but we do not understand the nuances of being in joint families. Before it was joint families, now we have become nuclear families. There is so much of disparity which has come in, because वो जमाने में जब सारे इकट्ठे रहते थे, so you will not think about, you are thinking only for your wife and your children, but you have to think about the entire family. Those were very strong bonds that used to be there. Today, we are a fractured society. Everybody has become so self-centered, selfish. Even husband and wife or partners also, they are living together. तो ये तेरा बैंक अकाउंट है, ये मेरा बैंक अकाउंट है, मैं जो खर्चा करूंगी तो आप पूछेंगे नहीं, आप जो करना है आप कर लो, ये मेरा क्रेडिट कार्ड है, ये तेरा क्रेडिट कार्ड है. We have gone into plastic economy today. See, the thing is, the whole concept of karmas also depends upon understanding of the cards. Debit card, what is there in your account, you can spend. That is your karma. What is there in your account, only you can spend. But हम लोग क्या है, कर्मा का क्रेडिट कार्ड बना के रखा है कर्मा को. मतलब अपने पास है नहीं है, फिर भी आज खर्चा कर लो, बाद में देखेंगे पेमेंट करने का. कब करेंगे पेमेंट?
This is great.
है ना? Everybody thinks karma is a credit card. अभी तो आप जी लो ना, कल देखेंगे कौन पे करेगा. Somebody has to pay, right, for the credit card, otherwise it keeps racking up. So people have to stop using this plastic credit card, easy money which is given to you. Start working hard to create a debit card balance. Karma is your debit. जितना है उतना खर्चा करो within your limits. जो है नहीं है, you can aspire for something bigger. Yes, but you have to work towards it. But don't think I can buy an iPhone today. 1 लाख का iPhone लिया जो latest आया हुआ है, but उसको repay कौन करेगा? Because the bank are giving you a credit card, it is a debt trap. Youth of the people are going down because they want to flash. Because सबके पास है तो फिर मेरे पास क्यों नहीं है? अगर मेरे पास होना चाहिए तो इतना मेरे को मेहनत करना चाहिए ना. मेहनत कोई नहीं करना चाहता है. It is like saying everybody wants to go to heaven, but nobody wants to die. Because heaven जाने के लिए तो पहले तो मृत्यु प्राप्त करना पड़ेगा ना, तभी तो आप जा सकते हैं. But everybody wants to go to heaven, but nobody wants to die, which is a fact of life.
Wow. So this, what would you suggest in terms of people who are looking for relationships or in married couples or people who are about to get married, etc.? What is something that people need to keep in mind? Because as you rightly mentioned, we are living in a plastic economy and so many things have changed. I mean, the lifestyles have changed drastically over the last few, decades, everything. And keeping everything in mind, is there something that people can actually do in terms of evolving themselves and their relationships as well?
Absolutely. One of the things that I feel what happens with couples, and that happens with everybody, including me as well, but we have to make a conscious choices in our life of saying we do not value our partnership. Matlab, how many times do you show appreciation? Thank you for being in my life. I really appreciate what value you bring into my life. So what has happened is पहले 6 महीने में बहुत स्वीट हार्ट, ये अलग अलग नाम, स्वीटी, ये सब होता है. बाद में कोई नहीं है, स्वीटी नहीं, नो स्वीट हार्ट, नथिंग, नो हनी. Then only money will work. There is no honey and only money will say money. Where is honey? Where is money? So basically that means you're taking each other for granted. Don't take your relationship for granted. And that happens because we think that after certain times we don't need to go for romantic dates, dinners, candlelight. बच्चे हो जाते हैं तो फिर बोलते बच्चों को कहाँ पे लेके. So that means your own interaction with your own partner is getting, and you start drifting away from each other. Okay, बच्चे के लिए फिर शायद आप साथ रहेंगे, बट प्यार ही नहीं है. There is no love between each other. There is no care and concern for each other. So I am saying, why don't we start looking at it at a fresh thing? Like, why can't you get flowers for your wife? It doesn't have to be a birthday or a wedding anniversary to get something for your wife, isn't it? So, and wife also, if you know something is favorite for your husband, cook that for him, or try to make a meal together, cook together, eat together. Otherwise what is happening, बच्चे अपना प्लेट लेके टीवी पे जाते हैं, कोई फोन पे बैठा हुआ है. There is no interaction. Including I've seen in some families, dysfunctional families, बच्चा रूम में बैठ के बोल रहा है, मॉम व्हाट इज देयर फॉर फूड, व्हाट्सएप पे मैसेज मम्मी को, और स्विगी जोमेटो को फोन करके, ओ मॉम आई डोंट लाइक व्हाट यू कुक्ड, आई एम जस्ट गोइंग टू ऑर्डर समथिंग फ्रॉम स्विगी और बाय जोमेटो. So things have become so easy today that there is not much interaction which is happening.
So things have become so easy today that there is no life that people are able to experience. Wow.
Exactly. How many of you would be wanting to even sit and watch this podcast? Because लोगों के पास time नहीं है. अगर यही podcast में अगर बोला कि कैसे how to make money and how to retire within 5 years, make 5 करोड़ रुपए बनाने का कोई मैं एक secret बता रहा हूँ, देखो कितना view मिलेगा.
Wow.
But nobody is interested in talking about realities of life.
I'm going to use that line and see how many people watches this. Definitely, this is a bang on thing.
See, everybody uses a hook. ऐसा hook डालते हैं ना कि हाँ, but there is nothing called as you can change life overnight, and neither do Jyotish can. Jyotish, see, I'll tell you one more thing, Somdutta. People come to me and they listen to me because why they listen to me? Not because I'm, giving them advice. They listen to me because they have paid for my services. Remember that. See, this is the thing. आपको घर पे ना आपके मम्मी और पापा बताते रहेंगे, जो मैं चीजें बता रहा हूं ना वो ही बताएंगे, but there is no value. See, there is no value for free lunches. If I start giving free advice to people, nobody will value. अगर वही तुम पैसा देख के किसी को इंटरव्यू कंसल्टेशन करो और फिर मैं उनको गाइड करूं कि ये मत करो, ये करो, वो करो, ऐसा करो, वैसा करो, Basically, it is common sense. It is counseling, but you're paying for the counselor. But the counselor is telling you what you already know, actually, but he is putting, or he or she is putting so much of insight into you. Then you say, I want to make this work because I paid this money to him. जैसे gym, you go to start going to the gym. पहले 3 हफ्ते इसलिए जाते हो कि आपने 6 महीने को ऑलरेडी पे किया हुआ है. जिम पीपल ऑल्सो नो द टेंडेंसी ऑफ यू टू कम आफ्टर 1 मंथ, ये 50% विल ड्रॉप ऑफ. इसलिए वो 1 महीने का आपको जिम का फी नहीं ले. मिनिमम 3 months ही विल टेक द जिम पीपल. व्हाई? बिकॉज दे नो द टेंडेंसी. 50% तो आना ही नहीं है 1 महीने के बाद. पहला जोश आता है तो फिर जिम जाते हैं, उसके बाद इट विल जस्ट डिसइंटीग्रेट.
That's so true. People do not value free stuff, not even in their personal life or professional life.
Exactly.
Pocket से पैसा निकलता है तभी they value.
It'll pinch you. It'll pinch you. That's why you feel like, okay, I want to make this work because I'm paying this money. You should derive value from it. But वही अगर आपने फ्री सिखाना शुरू किया, फ्री देना शुरू किया. I used to do that. I used to teach astrology for free. And initially people started coming, and later on people ने बोला कि Saturday Sunday. तो यू आर लिविंग इन मुंबई. वो जमाने में मैं ट्रैवल करके जाता था लोकल ट्रेन में, धक्का खा के. आई यूज्ड टू ट्रैवल फॉर 1 hour 15 minutes टू गेट टू द प्लेस टू टीच. फ्री में टीच करना. बाद में पीपल स्टार्टेड नॉट कमिंग बिकॉज व्हाई शुड यू टेक द पेन ऑफ कमिंग इन मुंबई, ट्रैवलिंग ऑल द वे. So then people started saying, sir, ये हफ्ता I have this, I have that. It was weekends, right? Sunday. कोई नहीं आना चाहते, आप लेक्चर नोट्स भेज दो, बस वो उतना काफी है. 6 महीने बाद आई रियलाइज मेरा ही नोट्स लेके लोग जाके क्लासेस सिखा रहे हैं 500 रुपए लेके. So that is when I understood it. Whatever you give, right? People want to take it. They don't want to come. They don't want, they take that and they will start their own institution and they want to give charge fee for it. और वही नॉलेज अगर मैंने फी लेके सिखाना शुरू किया, लोगों ने बोला, सर क्या वंडरफुल नॉलेज है, कहां से आया? मैंने बोला, ये तो फ्री में दे रहा था, कोई वैल्यू नहीं करता है. दिस इज द प्रॉब्लम विद ह्यूमैनिटी. Ungrateful people.
So this also brings me to the aspect that I heard somebody said this. Of course, I'm sure you and me all have experienced. They want free services, but they are not ready to give free services to their customers. It's like a chain reaction. It's again boils down to the karma. That what you're expecting, you are not willing to experience it first. So if you want the best service, you also need to pay for that service in form of any form of energy exchange. I heard this, please correct me if I'm wrong, that whenever somebody takes a service, or let's say these podcasts, this video, whatever is going out, this is a form of information or a value addition that they are getting. And there needs to be an energy exchange between the receiver and the giver in some form or the other. So it can be in any form. Is that so? Otherwise, the person who receives actually is just taking and not giving in certain form.
Absolutely. I agree. Now, I have had many people who come and say to me, you are using our secret science of India and you are selling it. Okay, so but when I said, why can't you also work for free in your organization? Then how am I going to feed my family if I start working free? Then I also asked them, I also have a family to feed. I have to put food on the table. I have made a choice. I'm giving you time. So you have to value something and you should give something in exchange. Because what? Yeah.
Yeah, please go ahead.
So if you're not giving that exchange, then what happens is you're just receiving and you will not value it. You will not work on it because जो free में मिला है तेरे कुछ काम करने का interest ही नहीं है.
So same goes.
And आप free में company के लिए कुछ additional hours डालेंगे. Many of you, if you say come and work on a Saturday and Sunday, they will start getting agitated. Absolutely. Because they'll say, I'm not getting paid anything extra to come and work on a Saturday or Sunday. Why should I come? And do you understand?
Absolutely. And it's not just about work, it's about everything. So whom you care, whom you meet, etc.
I have to put it in a karmic way, if I have to say. If somebody is taking your time, or if I go and take somebody's time, which means a doctor के पास जाऊंगा. What is happening today is if I go to the doctor और डॉक्टर ने मेरे को 500 रुपए का फी पकड़ा दिया, but if he gives me a laundry list of दवाई लिख के कि ये भी ले ले, ये भी ले ले, यहाँ से भी ले ले, then you are very happy कि 500. But in reality, if somebody says this is common flu, 3-4 दिन में जाने वाला है, take lot of rest, take lot of fluids because dehydrated होता रहेगा, take lot of fresh water, drink and keep yourself hydrated, rest yourself for 3-4 days, you'll be fine. बोलेंगे this doctor is useless. So this is what is happening even in this science. मतलब अगर तूने ज्योतिषी के पास जाके कोई रेमेडी लेके नहीं आया तो फिर ज्योतिषी बेकार है.
This also brings me to the point that the sacred science of India, right? If Indians don't value what Indians are sharing, the knowledge
Yes.
which a handful of people have just, and if you see the Western countries, people are learning from there, going, marketing, and they are selling it
Yes.
over here itself.
Yes.
And then people are
See,
buying it, be it yoga,
absolutely.
anything.
Yeah, yoga. Look at yoga. Yoga had to go to the West for us to realize this was our thing. And suddenly now we have a yoga day and we take pride in saying, Apna, yoga day. How many of us have been practicing yoga? Tell me. And they have made it their way of, way of life. They have inculcated that into our system. We still are not doing meditation, yoga. बोलते हैं अच्छा चीजें हैं, सारा हमारा देश से आता है, but हम यूज नहीं करना चाहते because हम करना ही नहीं चाहते हैं, because we don't want to spend time, because what we think is we feel a lot of pride in this, but we are not applying that. So in those times, people, even our grandmothers knew, okay, खांसी हुआ है तो फिर ये बना के देती हूँ, ये अदरक वाला, ये वाला, she'll put all the spices, and that grandma's remedies used to work like magic. Today we are depending on paracetamols and we are getting, these painkillers, pain relief, this, that, unnecessary. वो जमाने में कहाँ पे था paracetamol?
And the funny thing is, jo haldi doodh hai ya
Exactly.
etc., it has gone to the cafes. It became
Cafes
turmeric latte.
now, yeah,
Yeah.
it has become turmeric latte and people called it, golden milk. ऐसा नाम बेच रहे हैं अभी, लूट रहे हैं वेस्ट में जाके कि तुम, और उसमें भी I think it is called a different name. It's not turmeric. I think karkuram or something like that. That's a name that they give here for turmeric. They use a new names and उसको वही बेच रहे हैं. It's old wine in a new bottle. और जो हमारा 5000 सालों से हम यूज करते आए हुए हैं उसको भूल रहे हैं हम. And now we are going and buying these products and paying a price for it.
That's so true. So coming to one specific question, which always goes on in my mind as well, be it astrology, numerology, palmistry, face reading, everything. Is there difference in the science behind it, or what is it? Like, what's the difference in all these aspects? The process might be different, but the end result or the science behind it, is there a difference in it?
No, all roads lead to Rome. That's what I say. These are different sciences and they all have something in common. So basically what we are trying to figure out from all of these, we are looking for certain patterns. And once we recognize those patterns, we see if these patterns have been studied and if we can give some analytical skills to those patterns and pattern recognition. Abhi face reading. In the face reading also, we will probably dissect your face when I'm looking at it, dissect it this way, and I will look at it, and then we will have to make choices. People have had sciences even with looking at shadow. उसको छाया ज्योतिषी भी बोलते हैं. शैडो देख के आपका बहुत सारे कुछ बोल सकते हैं. People look at your fingerprints, which is what we say, nadi astrology. उसका fingerprints देख के, उसका pattern देख के, we will be able to say palmistry होता है, face reading होता है, tarot reading होता है. There are so many different ways of looking at things because humans have learned that there are everything that is happening around us. Everything. It is called as Shagun Shastra or Shakun Shastra, which means a crow flies, somebody is walking, I can see something, Everything nature is giving us an indication to tell what is going to happen. Why is this discussion happening? What is the purpose of this? So that means if you understand omens, that is how people, a twitching right eye or a left eye, bolte are aaj koi aane wala, mera aankh fadak raha hai, or somebody will say my shoulder is twitching, there's something meaning. Okay, if you have a mole on a particular part, then there is a meaning for it. That is the physiology of the person. You can say ki ha yahan pe mole hai, to fir then this is what has happened in the past. So everything is a science. The thing is, we have lost the ability to understand what is happening because we are not attuned to nature. If I have to say all your problems in our life, if I put it very simply and I say, because we are disconnected from Mother Earth. How many of us, ek ped ko dekhte ho, we see a plant, how many of us go and show our gratitude to that plant and say thank you? Why have you said to thank you to a plant? Do you know? Because wahi se oxygen aata hai. Oxygen wahi dete hain, hum nahi dete hain. But how many times have you shown gratitude to them? Have you watered them? Have you manured them? Have you sat under them, meditated under them? Have you said thank you to them? Because we have lost touch with Mother Earth. Mother Earth provides you naturally whatever you are deficient in, naturally through the produce. मतलब सीजन में जो फल आता है ना, वो खाना शुरू करो, ना कि तुम किसी देश का एक्सोटिक फ्रूट, पैशन फ्रूट खाना है इधर. आम के सीजन में आम खाओ, because it has got the nutrients which come, and Mother Earth gives you those because you are deficient in it. Mother Earth is always, that is why you call it Mother Earth, not Father Earth or Brother Earth. Because only एक माँ समझ सकती है कि उसका बच्चे को क्या चाहिए. And Earth produces that. And that's why you say, आप Western world में जाके आप राइस खा रहे हो. Eat what is the staple diet there. अगर वहां पे बाजरा खाते हैं तो बाजरा खाओ. अगर वहां पे कॉर्न बनता है तो कॉर्न बेस्ड ये खाओ. Because Mother Earth is producing that for you there, because for the people who are living there, you need to take that.
Wow. So even the basic essence of life, everything, it's everything in this ancient science, we have the solutions to everything. Only if
Everything.
people have,
Say,
we
I'll
have,
give you
yeah.
exactly. Somdutta, for example, आंवला. आंवला आता है, आंवला के सीजन में आंवला खा लो. Because it is very high rich in vitamin C. But हम क्या करते हैं, वही च्यवनप्राश में डाल के च्यवनप्राश खा लेते हैं. बट जो रॉ आता है, because च्यवनप्राश is also very high in आंवला, and other ingredients that are much more in the च्यवनप्राश, which gives you the strength and the vitality. जो सीजन है, फ्रेश फ्रूट्स आते हैं, नट्स आते हैं, ड्राई फ्रूट्स आता है, ये खाना शुरू करो ज्यादा. See, somebody told me, even in Vedic astrology, I tell my clients, if you don't eat your food like medicine today, you will have to eat medicine like your food tomorrow.
That's so true. That's so true. And every solution we have, all we need is the patience, sensitivity, and consciousness, because we only are looking like a 2-minute Maggie noodle, wahi chahiye, instant
Exactly.
gratification. It's like the age of, that 3-minute scrolling of TikTok and Instagram. So, but life is not Instagram. That's the main aspect of it. Oh, this has been really beautiful and amazing. And I just wish we can just go on and on because this is like an endless river. It's like an ocean. So, is there any particular thing you would like to share with our listeners?
I want to say one final thing, don't go to an astrologer because you think the astrologer will be able to solve all your problems. If you have a problem, go with the intention that you want to make certain changes in your life. Then you are ready to go to an astrologer to seek advice, then you will receive the best advice. अगर change ही नहीं करना है आपको, nobody, you can go to 100 people, your life will never change unless you make a choice of wanting to make certain amendments to become a better human being. I am saying whatever you do in your life, always have a goal to, make certain self-corrections, self-adjustments, certain compromises have to be done, have lots of patience, and then be ready to embrace change, because change is a constant. And why, astrology works is because we are also made from stardust. Because all beings here, Panch Mahabhutas, fire, earth, air, water, ether, we are all a combination of this. Even the stars you see, they also have the same composition. They are also made from certain elements. So as above, so below. Whatever is happening in the skies is also happening here. As inside, सो आउटसाइड, मतलब जो आपको बाहर दिख रहा है ना, एग्रेशन दिख रहा है, लोग आपके ऊपर फाइट करना चाहते हैं, एंग्री है, रोड रेज है, दिस एंड दैट, that is because there is inside you. Whatever is inside you is happening outside you. Whatever is happening above you is also happening here. As within, so without, which means you have to let go, you have to surrender certain things. And always remember, if you're seeing love outside, there is love inside you. If you see hatred outside, intolerance outside, because you are also intolerant from inside. पहले अपने आप को अंदर बदलना सीखो, बाहर आपको ऑटोमेटिकली चीजें रेजोनेट हो जाएंगी. I told you the tuning fork. If you start vibrating, resonating with resonance of a higher consciousness, prosperity consciousness, you will be prosperous. But if you have negativity, hatred, lust, kama, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarya, your pride, your envy, your anger, vanity, your lust, these are your biggest enemies. Enemy bahar nahi hai koi individual, enemies are within you. Let us start identifying what is lacking in us and start working inside out, inside out. Instead of trying to think that the world is going to change and then you will be happier, that will never happen. You bring that change that you want to see in the world. And that is astrology. Astrology is nothing new. It is just you find your resonance outside with showing bliss inside.
I don't think I've heard any astrologer speak or define astrology in that segment. So thank you so much for sharing. And I'm sure this has been an amazing listen to all our listeners today. And I will share all Dr. Pai's links in the description below. You can go ahead, check and connect with him as well. And it has been an amazing, insightful conversation with you, and I'm so glad that I got this opportunity to spend some time and learn so much. I'm sure everybody has benefited from that. So thank you so much, doctor. Thank you. Namaste.
Thank you.